I think we're going. We're going. We're going. We're live. We're live. Hey, okay, we're live. All right. So I see Angie's here and Marsha's here and Natalie's here. Who else is here? Angie and Marsha and Natalie.
Yep.
There we go.
That's who I see.
There we go. And then me and Brandy.
Hey guys.
I know Sue's gonna be here. She read it. She read it.
She went a little too far.
I know. Yeah.
She tried to get me to go there too. And I wanted to.
Did anybody else go too far? Anybody else go too far? No?
Oh no, I don't see anything.
Yeah. Okay.
All I see is Angie saying, I'm sorry. Oh wait. Oh. No, Marsha says, hey, hello again.
No, I was good. Natalie was good. See, we can be good. I read what I was supposed to.
I was good.
And it stopped at like the perfect time, didn't it? To just be like a
definite cliffhanger. Like I'm sitting there going,
Yeah, I know, Marsha. It was totally tempting, right? Wanted to go on to the next little chapter and see what Reese had to say.
I know. I cannot wait for his response. Because, okay, I want it to be a positive response, but something is telling me it's not going to be. I have to say, I'm sorry. I am a little bit pissed off at Reese right now because of the fact that he told his mom that he's regretting the money that he's giving her. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What?
I know.
Oh.
She's not getting anything else. Come on, dude. Come on. Seriously. Well, she will now. She will now.
She gonna get some stuff now. Mm-hmm.
So you're right. He might be mad about it, that he's going to have to give her more now because now they're going to have this kid, right?
Now you're going to have child support, baby.
That's right. Child support. And then,
piece of the wine business, Bella Priest. So
there you go. There you go. It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I am looking for what Barbara's response is going to be because that one's going to be awesome. Hey, Angie.
That is going to burn her butt.
I mean, and I agree with Natalie. Reese is not as nice as he seems because, first off, he is too ready for all of this to end.
Mm-hmm.
And, granted, he's the reason why she's pregnant in the first place, as far as his little session that he had. She didn't even get to enjoy
his session.
His little session. And she didn't even get to enjoy it, for goodness sakes. Like, you got no joy out of that. It was wham, bam. Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we don't really love each other anymore. I guess there's no spark anymore. All right.
Yeah, we found that out.
Not when you put that little effort into it, huh? Yeah.
And so, I was disappointed because, here I was thinking that he was this, super sweet guy who just wants to protect her and, look out for her best interest, because he's the one prodding her to open up her own winery. And, you don't really want to work for Bella Priest the whole time and just be an employee. I mean, he's literally the one taking her down that path. Right. And then he tells his mom, when he tells her what all money that Mackenzie's getting, he's like, well, yeah, I'm not happy about it either, but it is what it is. I'm just like, oh.
Well, is it possible? He's just saying that to his mom, just to keep her from being, a bitch to him. Do you think that's possible?
It could be. It could be better for her ire to be aimed at Mackenzie,
than at him.
Although to freaking try to throw her out of the house, right. Really, woman? I'm telling you, Barbara needs a throat punch. I'm sorry. If I was ever going to throat punch somebody, it would be Barbara.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Sorry, I know that sounds violent, but this woman...
No, she needs something.
She has gotten under my skin. Big time.
She needs a reality check for sure. I mean, she's not even telling her husband the truth.
No.
Well, he's not her husband yet. But she's not being truthful with him either, because she's leading him to believe and letting him believe that she offered Mackenzie a percentage of the business.
Yep,
She
and
never
she didn't
did.
let him believe anything else. So now he thinks Mackenzie is an ungrateful witch. Sorry,
Mhm.
because of the fact that he thinks that she offered part of Bella Breeze and Mackenzie turned it down when that's not the case, and he
Right.
still don't even know that he ain't getting 1 red cent either.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I'll just say this. I think that Barbara, I understand Barbara, and I understand how people would react to Barbara, you know, to protect yourself, or, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to go up against Barbara. Nobody wants to piss Barbara off because you don't want to go there, right?
Well, and she keeps reminding them, you don't
Exactly.
want to go against me.
Exactly, right? I understand that. I get that. So, yeah.
Yeah, Angie, I thought the same thing. When she said summer flu, I went, oh, heck, she's pregnant.
I
Mm,
miss that. I
there's going to
completely
be a
miss that one.
baby. I knew,
Mhm.
I figured there was going to be some thing. Now, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm reading into this, but does anybody else get a little bit of romantic vibe between her and her new business partner, or is it just me?
I don't know, maybe a little. Maybe a little.
And the fact that he's the first one to know she's pregnant.
Well, that I find interesting. I was going to ask that question. What do you think about the fact that Barbara's in the mafia? uh, I mean, what do you think about the fact that she told him first? She didn't even tell her husband, because he is her husband. Should
Yep.
tell him.
But nope, she told her business partner.
Right.
And
Is
he's
that a
all like,
little odd?
and yeah, it's a little odd to me, but at the same time, he's like, oh my God, I love kids. And you can, take them with you in, going up and down the fields. And she's like, wow, yeah, I can. And he goes, we'll get you a daycare. I mean, like, he wasn't even phased.
I know.
Like
I know.
nothing. Hey,
Yeah.
Samantha.
Hey, Lisa. Lisa, you came over to listen and drive, but there's no stream?
What?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like you can't hear anything, or
Is it gone?
I don't know.
Hello, peoples. Is the peoples out there? Hey, Irene. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Natalie. I think Barbara is going to work herself up to be alone. I don't, because I think if at the rate that she's going, she possibly could end up losing her soon-to-be husband, her kids, with the exception of one. She's got one suck ass kid, and then and one that's not quite a suck ass kid, but is one that wants to still please mama, and then two that are like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, four is never going to care. Four is going to do her own thing. So you had a mother-in-law like Barbara, a scary woman, controlled the kids, parents, siblings, everybody.
I have one like that now. I'm sorry. He's not in here, so he didn't hear that. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should be careful what I say on my lives, because somebody might listen to them that I don't want listening and hearing that. I don't know.
I do love her though. I do love her, but I mean, she is the head of the family, and if she says we're getting together, we're getting together. That's just what's going to happen. Hey, Robert.
Oh boy. Who puts more than half into a partnership?
Yep. See, Angie was already. I remember Angie was wondering this last week, because she's like, he's going. We'll split this 50-50, although he's going to be putting a whole lot more into the company than she is. But I kind of didn't really think anything about that at first, for the simple fact that yes, he's bringing the business aspect to it, but she's bringing what's going to make the winery the winery.
Mm-hmm.
The making of the wine and the blends. And I mean, it, without her, his expertise isn't going to
Yeah.
be as useful.
Yeah. So she's actually bringing as much as he is, just in a different way, not monetarily, but
right. And so
yeah.
I think, I mean, I think what they're doing is fine. So like that didn't raise flags with me, but I don't know. There's just something about how close they've gotten here recently. And I want to say that I read stuff about her, you know, saying that she thought he was attractive. And so I'm kind of like, is this going to go in that direction? I mean, it may not, but
It could.
it could.
It could. I guess time will tell on that one, right?
Especially if he likes kids and he's willing to be accepting with the whole situation and not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
the
know.
baby and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, well, you know, we'll work it out. We can have daycare. We can have somebody there to watch. You know, is he the one that said I can? No, was it maybe it was one of the girls said that they could see her going through the vineyards with the kid and the
No,
baby.
that was him. That was
Was
him.
that him? Okay, it was him.
Yeah, because I don't think she hasn't told anybody but him yet.
No, that's true. You're right. She hasn't yet. No, you're right.
Yeah, he's like, I could see you strapping on, you know, the kid and walking through the vineyard, and she's like, I can see that too.
I could do that.
Hey, Robert.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting.
And then he's also letting her have the house that's on the property, because they are. Did they just go and take a look at the house?
Yeah.
Inspect.
And he doesn't want to live there. He doesn't want the house.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't want to live on property.
She needs something because she can't stay.
Yeah.
Living with Reese, and right now I'm starting to dislike Reese some. I'm hoping it's just to please his mom, because I'm telling you, Barbara's just.
Yep. So, don't you think it was interesting how she tried to tell the girls that they couldn't talk with her? No, you can't see her. You can't talk with her. And what did the two of them do? Let's go to lunch.
Yeah. Right? They're like, you're not going to.
Let's go to lunch. We got to go talk about this.
Yeah. And then Lori pops in. Yeah. You know, because I'm telling you, she's the suck ass. She's the one that's right up her mama's. Mm-hmm. And she thinks her mom's going to. I don't know. Her mom doesn't value any of their opinions, but I got really pissed off with what Barbara said to Stephanie. And I'm glad Stephanie quit. But yeah, they went straight out to lunch. They were like,
oh, let's go. We got to go to lunch. We're going to go to lunch. We'll go off property, off site, but we're going to lunch and we're going to stay friends and we're going to talk and blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah. So that's good that they're standing up. I mean, it's about time they start to stand up to her. And, you know, I get it. It's not easy. It's hard. I get it, you know, but.
You know, because prior to this, I think Four's the only one that ever really stood up to her, because she's just never bought into the whole anything. Yeah. She is her own unique person.
Yeah. Because Four's just like, I don't care what anybody's doing. I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to do my thing. You know, she don't care.
Yeah.
Right? She just don't care. Yeah, which is cool. Cool. So here's another big question. Now that Stephanie has quit, done, because she was invaluable. She was unvaluable. Not right. Well, how do you say unvaluable? Not valuable. Anyhow, there was no value in what she did. How's that?
Valueless.
Yeah, valueless. There you go. And so, you know, hey, if what I'm doing doesn't matter, then I'm out. Fine. I don't need to be here either.
Yep.
So, I think I asked you this earlier before the live. What do you think the possibility is that she goes and works with Mackenzie?
Oh, I think this is setting it up perfectly for her to go work for Mackenzie. And you know what? I think she's going to go work for Mackenzie. And I think that she's going to really do some amazing stuff. And Mackenzie's going to be like, yes. And it's going to like boost the sales. And it's going to make Mama pissed off.
Yeah. Yep. I think they're going to go and they're going to have this booming business. They're going to take it by storm. And Barbara's going to sit there going, what happened? I'm all alone.
Oh yeah, I can see at the rate that's going, because right now, when I'm surprised she kept her cool when the guy knocked over all that wine, because she has no winemaker, and even though she
Yeah.
has wine that she can sell right now, that's Mackenzie's wine that made them money and is going to make them money. And if she don't find someone suitable, like all of that, I can honestly see that Painted Moon, I think, is going to really cause trouble for Bella Breeze.
Yeah.
And it's all Barbara's fault. If she would have
Well, it
just
is.
conceded at the
It
beginning
is.
and said,
It
let
is.
me give you part ownership of Bella
Yeah.
Breeze, none of it would have happened. But then we wouldn't have a good book. So,
Right, that's true. And then she's standing behind the will. Like she's standing behind the will that it has to go to family. Okay, who's there to say you can't change that? The dude whose will it was in is dead and gone. Is he gonna come back? Who's gonna come back and complain? Who
Yeah,
would
I mean, is there a part of the will that says if this doesn't happen, you lose everything? Well, how they've already put everything into the winery. How, are they going to lose the winery? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
No, not
I
at
think
all.
it's just her way of controlling what she wants.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's just her way of control, is by
Yep.
being like,
And
nope,
she's
we're
had
going.
everything the way she wants it. Everything's here. Everything works the way I say it works. Everybody does their job. Everybody's a cog in the wheel. And
Everybody lives on the property. They're all within
exactly.
they're right up underneath my thumb.
Exactly.
That's fixing to change.
Well, yeah. It's already changing.
Yeah, I honestly think that Bella Pries, there's not going to be any stock worth having, because we keep hearing about how magical Mackenzie is, like this natural at blending and all of this, and the only reason Bella Pries was doing well was because of all the blends that Mackenzie did. And even if you get a new winemaker, they're not going to, because Barbara didn't pay attention enough to what Mackenzie was doing.
Mm-mm.
So, it's
No,
not.
because she just let her go and do her own thing after a while. She said, okay, you're doing your thing. Yeah.
Yep. And so she's just not going to be able to compete, because Mackenzie is very experimental and is willing to take the risk, and she's too controlling. So,
yeah. And where is Reese coming up with these new winemakers? Where's he getting them from? People he knows. They wouldn't be surprised if he talked to them, whatnot,
Yeah, I'm still confused as to why he pushed her to the other guy to start a winery. I mean, that one's still what's got me confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really confused, because doesn't he got to know that that's direct competition with his own?
And he knows how good she is, and that given the right opportunity, she could just take off and soar. Maybe he wants to get back at his mom. I don't
know. Maybe he wants his mom to be like, what? I don't know, because it seems strange that he, because she wasn't even really thinking that direction. He's the one that pushed her to it. So yeah. I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out his motivation, and I haven't figured it out yet.
Revenge towards his mother. I mean,
yeah, she doesn't even think that he's capable of taking over the company.
Well, I know, right? Only she can, right?
Yep.
I know. Yeah, so I think he might have a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Looking for some saying I can't come up with. A little axe to grind. There we go. Yeah. He might have a little axe to grind against his own mother, right? Right?
Oh, look at Natalie. He may have his own plans, like selling the winery so he has more money for his new girl. Because you know what? He's got to have, I think I agree. I think he's got to have someone out there that there's an interest in. He may not have cheated with this woman, but with how fast he's trying to move stuff, I really honestly think that there's someone out there that he's thinking about.
But he is and isn't trying to move things fast. I mean, because he's told her no problem, she can stay there as long as she needs or whatever. And so he's not pushing her out.
Right.
So there's that. I don't know.
Yeah, see, he's the one that's got me all confused.
Yeah,
I'm all confuzzled because I 1 minute I think, oh, you little craphead, and then the next minute I'm like, wait a second, he's doing this. He's a confuzzlement.
Yeah, well, I bet you in the next chapter we read, we're going to get a little more insight into Mr. Reese. We're gonna get a little.
I'm waiting for his response to "You got a baby," because they never really talked about. I mean, they never really agreed to have kids or any of that. Like,
yeah.
So I just.
Did Natalie read ahead? Natalie, you read ahead.
Natalie. Well, now, dang it! I was hoping he was going to be a little spoiler. That's a little spoiler. I thought he was going to be all happy.
Uh-oh.
Well, we got a small spoiler.
Yep. Oh, boy. Well, any other thoughts or questions about the book? Because I have something else I wanted to bring up, and that is our next book. Like, what do we want to do for the next book? I don't know that, Natalie. I don't have that information. I'll just say that. I don't know how Reese reacts at this point.
I haven't read how Reese reacts, so.
So anyhow, I went and I just gathered up some books that are like more current books, things I've gotten recently, things that are like talked about a lot. So first of all, what kind of genre do we want to read? Do we want to read like a romance, fantasy, human experience? I don't know. Well, let me just start showing you my pile. Okay, I'll show you my pile.
Let's look at the pile.
Yeah, this is just a small pile. All right. I got a small pile out. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like we're looking at your bookshelf,
No, there's just a few. I think there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 here. Okay. All right. So, Eleanor and Gray. This one is talked about a lot. It's part of a duology. It's Brittany C. Cherry, and it's about this couple. I don't know this one a whole lot. The second one I know more about. But Brittany C. Cherry is a really good writer, and people just rant and rave about these. But you have to read Eleanor and Gray before you read the next one, which is Shay and something. I don't know. Don't remember that one.
Okay,
but
so
there's
that's
that
a romance.
One. What?
That's a romance.
Yep, this would be a romance. Young girl fell for him, knows about his smiles. Life is perfect, and then it's not. They go their separate ways. But they had their memories, right? And then they come back together. So there's that.
Okay.
All right. This one I have thought sounds interesting for a long time. It's called The Hideaway. And it's her grandmother's will takes Sarah back home. And she has to go to this family home. And it's this bed and breakfast in Alabama. It's in Alabama, Brandy.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah, it's in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. And she stays there and begins to rehab it. And then, of course, there's a guy there that has a hand in it, and a developer that's trying to take it all away. And they, clash. They're going to clash, and then they're going to clash. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
They're going to clash and smash.
Yes. This one, I remember what this is about. This one seems very interesting to me. It's about this girl. She's worked at a senior home, nursing home type place. And this lady she's dying. She knows she's dying. And she has asked the girl to write her like life story, her memoir, her memories and things, and finds out all kinds of interesting things about this lady as she's dying, things that she did, surprises along the way. So it's kind of a little bonding experience between the young girl, the lady who's dying, as she's writing about her life and all of her fun experiences that she had. Okay. It all comes back. It all comes back to you. All right. That one sounded interesting. All right. What else did I pick up? I picked up, of course, I've talked about this a few times, A Man Called Uva.
Yeah.
The grumpy old man. He lives in the neighborhood, and then some new people move in, and he kind of starts to be nice to them, I think. And he's not as cranky as they all thought he was. They meet when the people run over his mailbox, so they're off to a good start, right? And all I know is that people talk about Frederick Bachman. He has several books, and he's like really a well-known author, and he has a whole writing style that people just, Oh, Sue already read that one. That's right, you did. I remember saying that. Well, Sue. This one, I talked about this one before too. This was Honey Girl. This is the girl who graduates, goes on a trip to Vegas or something, ends up married to another chick, and then they Marsha read it too. See, I know, Marsha. That's what everybody says, is that all of his books are really good. I think you read them all, huh? But then they end up trying to figure out what the deal is with their relationship now that they're married, and they go on a little vacation. I think go to New York or something, try to figure out, what do we do now? We hooked up in Vegas. We're married. This one is called In a Book Club Far Away, and it's about a group of women that I think all of their husbands are military, and so they've formed this group, this bonding group of women. And they have a book club and whatnot, but then there's something that shatters the friendship and the trust and all that kind of stuff. Then they have to reunite and get over the past hurts that they've caused each other. But they were Army wives, and they really, helped each other through some difficult times until something happened. All right. And then the last one, I'll put the other one in here too. This one, I don't know. This is totally not up my alley, and it's called Legendborn. But man, everybody talks about this book, Legendborn. So they call it an urban fantasy, where it has like some paranormal stuff. This chick's going to college or something. Her mom died. And there's this secret society called the Legendborn, and they hunt creatures. And then I think she discovers that she has some powers that she doesn't know she has, and family inherited and whatnot. And she's learning about all that. Yeah. So there's that. And then Brandy and I just talked about this last one. I'll grab it. It's right here. It just happens to be on top over here. Because I just got it.
Yep, just got it and showed it.
A Court of Thorns and Roses. Sarah J. Maas. It's a whole series. This is the first one. And it's fantasy, of course.
I have the entire Throne of Glass series in my room.
Well, that's the same person who wrote Throne of Glass?
Yeah, the exact same person.
I've read Throne of Glass. So that author is really good.
Yeah. There's a whole nother series. Yeah. This is the Thorn and Roses series, but yeah.
It's hot apple cinnamon.
So magical land, all that stuff, whatnot. She meets somebody, but at least he's not a beast, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, the last book in the series I just saw, oh my gosh, that one was like 3 times the size of this. It's huge. It's just huge. I know. So this one is like, it's got a little snippet of the next one, which is A Court of Mist and Fury. There's a little sneak peek of that. What did you do?
Okay, has anybody ever gone and gotten soda and it doesn't have any syrup, and so it's just
Oh,
soda
gross.
water?
That's gross. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that one's like 415 pages anyhow. So there are some of my ideas. Robert said Legendborn sounds good.
I know, like I'm okay. I have to tell you, even though I do love, I know I'm going to end up reading at some point the
Court of Thorns and Roses.
But I'm kind of leaning toward Legendborn. But you know, I will go with whichever one y'all want.
Yeah, and you know, when I think about them, I think about what's going to be good to discuss. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I know. So far, it all comes back to you with the girl writing about the. Let me get that one out again. Where is it? I'll read a little bit.
Robert. Yes, I am feeling better.
I'll read a little bit more. Irene says Legendborn's up her alley. So this one is like Veronica is a licensed practical nurse and an aspiring writer. She meets captivating Violet in the assisted living facility where Violet requires no assistance, but just lots of male attention.
Oh.
Yeah, right? So when she dies, so she dies before she writes it. She dies and she leaves Ronnie a very generous bequest. So Ronnie's going to get money, but only if Ronnie completes a book about her life in 1 year. So now she's drawn into Violet's world, mesmerized by life in a simpler time. It's an irresistible journey filled with revelations, some of them about men that Ronnie knew as an octogenarian at Fairfield Springs. And so Ronnie has to learn how to write this story. She gets a new boyfriend, a whole bunch of emotional baggage as she's trying to meet this deadline so that she can get this money that she's leaving her. Anyhow. Right. I know the one we're reading has everybody talking. I know. There isn't another one of those, though.
That's not a series.
I know, right? So I don't know if any of those interest you or if there's anything else you know of that you can think of that you're interested in. Let me know. All right. Let me know. We got to choose, like, you know. Okay. So I split up this book into 2 more sections, 2 final sections. So that means we got 2 more weeks to read this one, and then we really have to have another book. So yeah. Let me show you what I did. I split this like right in half. So chapter 20.
I didn't read ahead. I'm good. 20
through 26 to page 298. So stop at 27.
Oh, okay.
Don't read 27. Okay. And that's about half of the remaining pages of the book. And then we'll finish up the other half. Sound good?
Sounds good. Right.
So think about what you want to read. Let me know. All right. Let me know.
How do you want us to
bring some ideas? All right. Bring some ideas. Yeah, I know you read chapter 20, Natalie. I know. Robert's still going, Legendborn. Yeah, stop when you get to 27. Don't read 27. All right. So next week, come with either a vote on one of the books that I talked about, or an idea if you come up with something that just you think would be great discussion material. It's got to have good discussion value too, you know? Some books are just fun, but, you know, they're fun to read, but not much to discuss or talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but without reading it, how will we really
know? That's true.
There'll be a lot to discuss.
That's true. I don't know. I look for things that I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Come next week with some ideas. How's that? All right.
I'll tell you from what you read of Legendborn, it sounds like that there's going to be, your conflict and I think there's going to be things to discuss, but I mean, I think all of the books, like, what was that one? Honey Brown will definitely have some.
Honey Girl, yeah.
Honey Girl. Why did I call it Honey Brown? I don't.
Because she's brown.
Oh, I got it mixed up with that other one that was something Brown book that you have.
Get a Life, Danny Brown and Chloe Brown.
Got two of them. Yeah.
There's three of those.
I mixed the two, and I didn't mean to.
If you want a spicy book, you go with the Brown sister books. I've learned that.
Oh,
yes.
Well, it sounds like you also have a spicy one in that stack.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple. Yeah,
it might.
Yeah, so she's at a residential program for bright high schoolers. Her mom has died. She's going to UNC Chapel Hill. It's a perfect escape for her. But then there's a magical attack to her first night on campus. Ooh. So somebody's attacked. A flying demon feeding on human energy. A secret society of so-called legend-born students who hunt the creatures down. A mysterious teenage, I don't know how you say this, a mage? A mage. Okay. Who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything that she saw. The mage's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection the night her mother died. Sounds Harry Potter-ish, doesn't it? I mean, a little bit. She'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legend-born as one of their initiatives. So she recruits Nick. He's a self-exiled Legend-born, has a grudge against the group, and their partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legend-born reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight.
Oh, man, they had to throw in King Arthur, too?
Yeah. I forgot that part. I knew that was in there, but I forgot that part. Now, it's a pretty hefty book, okay? It's pretty thick. You got to be ready for that. Well, it's not super long. It's basically, oh, man. Anything that comes with a bloodline in the back. Are we going to be confused? I don't know. It's almost 500 pages. It's 490. Yeah, look, it's got a whole, like,
genealogy.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Figure out who's who and related to who and what they can do and their bloodline. I don't know what that word is.
Just put those in the back for people that get really into it and get into the series and want
sigil, SIGIL. Their sigil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
It's a symbol that represents them.
Oh, okay. So like dragon, rampant, 3 arrows, sinister. I don't know what those are. So they each have a color, an inheritance, and their weapons. I feel like I'm playing a video game. I feel like that's one of my son's video games. Anyhow. I could, Angie. I don't know which ones to put up. Not all of them, probably, but I mean,
you can put a poll in your comments, or not comments,
on my community tab.
Community, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can do that. That's what I did when we picked out the mystery book, and it was the tie between the mystery and the
and this one that we're reading.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see that with your headphones. What?
I can't see with my headphones either, Angie. All right. I'm going to have to go because the dogs are whining to go outside. They had dinner and everything, and I'm hungry. We haven't had dinner, so.
Yeah, my daughter just delivered me my Popeyes, but horrible drink that's just going to go down the sink because there's no syrup.
I hate it when they do that. That's gross.
You don't expect it, right? You expect to take a sip and it be, because it's supposed to be Mountain Dew. So I took a sip expecting it to be Mountain Dew.
And you get just like, ugh. I know, it's gross.
So
gross. Gross. Oh, you won't be able to see the back of the book with your headphones.
Because she's going to be listening to it.
I got, yeah. I got ya. Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're off. We're off. All right. We'll talk to you next week and we'll see. Well, we'll see how mad Reese gets, I guess.
Yeah. We know he gets mad. Now I'm just curious what's going to happen after that.
There you go.
I want smoke to come out Barbara's ears.
All
Let's
right.
hope she don't try to put a hit on Mackenzie.
Oh, a crest. Sinister means on the left. I can't remember what else I said. Cross stitched our family crest. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. I didn't know what any of that stuff was. I really didn't. I guess you'd learn it.
In mid, I can talk. Really?
Yeah.
Medieval times, they always had, family crests, and you had a picture, and they had to have a little.
Did I say sinister? Did I say sinister? Is that the word I said?
I think so.
No, I said sigil.
Was like their
sigil. What's a sigil?
Okay, so their sigil. You know how you have like those little, when you were send out letters and you have little wax stamp.
Oh yeah.
Usually
the sealing wax.
That, yeah, and it's like on a ring, and like that's their family sigil usually.
Ah, a sigil. Okay. Got ya.
Oh, thank you, Robert. You're so sweet.
So they inherit things from from whatever bloodline they were in.
Right.
Okay. There you go. All right. There's that. Okay. All right. I'm off now. Okay. I'll see you guys next week. Okay. All right. Bye.